This new moon in Pisces is the beginning of a very exciting time in astrology. I'm going to talk about the new moon in this video in a general sense, what everyone can expect from the energy of this moon, and then a little bit about the upcoming eclipse season because we are already in it. Eclipses have an effect a month before and a month after, so that is important at the time of this moon as well. And then for a more detailed understanding of how this energy is going to apply to your life, check the timestamps below for your sun, moon, and rising. And that's going to give you a better sense of how this could show up for you. Before we get into that, thank you so much for everybody who's watching, liking, subscribing. It is so much fun to talk about astrology with all of you, especially in the comments below. So thanks again, and let's get into it. This Pisces new moon is happening March 10th at 12:59 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is really going to be a weekend energy again. It's happening at 20 degrees. So if you have any planets, cusps, points, positions around 20 degrees, give or take, especially 5, you are going to feel this the most. Also in Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo, those placements around 15 to 25 degrees, again, going to have a big impact. But everybody's going to feel this beautiful Piscean Neptune energy. And let's talk a little bit about what Pisces represents. Pisces is vast. It is dissipated. Pisces is creative. It can create illusion and dissipation to the point of disappearing or something very hidden. This has the ability to dissolve what's no longer working. And there are a few other aspects that could make this even more exciting when it comes to abrupt change that is revolutionary and here to shake things up, here to create room for something brand new. And that is what a new moon is all about. It is the beginning of a new story unfolding. A couple of important energies that are happening with this moon is that we have this moon happening right between Neptune and Saturn. Neptune rules Pisces. Neptune is where we get this dissipated, elusive, creative energy. Saturn is tangible. Saturn wants structure. Saturn is here for the long haul. So whatever manifests now could mean that it has lasting potential. But this sandwich is really interesting because we have it right between very opposite energies. What I see here is roots and structure that support the growth of creativity. Like a tree, we have the deeper the roots, the bigger and stronger the root foundation, the more leaves and foliage and branches can grow. The leaves are going to be more of this Neptune creative energy, and our roots are what Saturn is asking for. Saturn wants a strong foundation before we go into that expansion that Pisces can create. Where it gets exciting and unpredictable is Uranus. Uranus is making a lovely aspect to this moon, but Mars is squaring Uranus, and that can be harsh. That can be abrupt. That can sever things unexpectedly. But because the moon is in lovely aspect to Uranus, whatever is disruptive, whatever is unexpected, quick, abrupt, potentially cut out, is really what needs to happen for this new beginning. Wounds may have recently been triggered and activated with a recent Chiron and North Node conjunction. Chiron is the wounded healer, and it represents deep, sometimes past life wounds that we carry forward. When those are triggered, activated, it's an opportunity for healing. And connected to the North Node, this is karmic healing. This is work that we're here to do, part of our destined path of clearing past energy. This is a topic that seems to be pretty hot right now. Ancestral trauma, clearing energy from the past, looking at our subconscious triggers. This is some of the energy that we're playing around with right now. And Jupiter's here too, bringing healing energy to this story. Because of Jupiter's proximity, I really see this being about healing the subconscious. Pisces represents that which is subconscious, hidden, intangible, our blind spots, the things that we don't see or sometimes don't want to look at. But Saturn is here to teach us the tough lessons around structure. And it doesn't have to be tough, but it might feel like that sometimes in the moment. Overall, this is a beautiful new moon. I see this having really lovely energy. So anything abrupt that comes up that is a shocking or disruptive change, know that it's going to ease. And what comes afterwards is more creative flow, stronger intuition, more connection to our spiritual selves, to our energetic selves. And I think an ability to tap into our intuition and be more sensitive to the world around us with this grounding force of Saturn. People are working on boundaries. People are working on creating energetic, safe space so that we can explore this energetic world and also make it make sense. What does creativity matter, or intuition, if we can't put it into a practical form and make use of it in this more dense reality that we exist in? Another potential to keep in mind at the time of this new moon is that the Neptune and Saturn sandwich can be an indication of balancing the desire to disconnect, dissociate, in any way that dissociation happens. It can be substance use, it can be just dissociating from reality, and Saturn wants reality. It is a reality check. It's going to show us where we need to be more grounded, and there is a bit of polarization of those two energies playing out right now too. So the desire for escapism can be high, and very likely if that's the case, Saturn's going to show us where our limits are. This is the last moon before we get into eclipse season. Eclipses are March 25th and April 8th. And then on April 20th, we have Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. That is the big transit of the year. It is healing, unpredictable. We're really into this big momentum right now with all planets moving direct up until April. End of March, Mercury's going to start to slow. But this is what I see as our new beginning spring energy. We're already in it, even though the astrological new year is technically Aries season. This year, Pisces is when things are moving forward. We're still closing off some energy from the past, but the forward momentum is here, and I hope you're enjoying every minute of it. Now let's get into more detail for your sign. Check your sun, moon, and rising in the timestamps below, and that'll give you a better understanding of how this energy is going to play out for you. I'll see you there. Hi, Sagittarius. This new moon is happening for you in your 4th house. This Saturn-Neptune sandwich of a new moon is asking for stronger foundation with your home life. It can be your internal world, or it could be your actual home. Because you have Pisces as the ruler of your 4th house, there may be some things about your home life or your internal world that lack clarity, that lack boundaries, that lack an ability to create grounding foundation for your more spiritual capacity in either your inner world or potentially even at home. If you work creatively at home, this is beautiful energy to tap into. This is the ability to really make something concrete out of the dreamy creative source that you have the ability to tap into. And as a Sagittarius, spiritual perspectives are your realm. You are all about the bigger picture and understanding how to make sense of the world, how to make sense of the spiritual side, but also have fun and play. Sag, you are the teacher in this realm. You're the one that loves to take all of this spiritual and philosophical information and make sense of it and share it with the world. So I see you getting a real boost of how to make sense of something new, make sense of new spiritual concepts for yourself, and create some structure around that. There could be something hidden going on at home right now, and maybe this Uranus energy brings this to light. Something could come from abrupt communication that you weren't expecting, maybe in the workplace, maybe with your daily habits and routines. Uranus has been traveling through your 6th house of health and routines, habits, what you do on a day-to-day basis, and this involves your work. The Mars square is coming from your 3rd house of communication, siblings, close neighbors. Something's going on between these two realms that is going to affect your home life. It's ultimately going to make home a safer, dreamier place for creativity. But whatever comes up right now could be jarring in a way that forces you to create more boundaries at home and a stronger foundation. You've maybe had some recent wounds activated when it comes to children, creative projects, hobbies, how you have fun in the world, and how you share your God-given talents. Maybe somebody at home is not letting you truly express yourself and truly be you. Maybe you're feeling a little bit sandwiched between fully expanding in creative energy and something that's holding you back and forcing you to be responsible, disciplined, get things done, especially when it comes to your home life. This could be an opportunity for a brand new home or a brand new place of living. That's a potential for some of you. And if so, you want to watch out for things that you don't see. So do double inspections and just be extra diligent with looking at all of the details. But there's potential for something quite beautiful to take place here. Whatever is going on for you, Sagittarius, let me know in the comments below. Help give us a little more clarity to this murky energy. And I hope that you're having a wonderful spring season. I'll see you next time. Hi, Capricorn. This is fun energy for you. The new moon is happening in your 3rd house, which is all about communication, your day-to-day mind, how you express what's on your mind. So you might feel extra cloudy at this time, and you're trying to make sense of that cloudy creative energy that is swarming all around. But lots of opportunity. Jupiter and Uranus are in your 5th house. For you, this is a fun place to have Jupiter and Uranus. Unexpected changes with dating, pleasure, joy, expression of who you truly are and your God-given talents. This also has to do with children in the 5th house, and the 3rd house where the new moon is can have to do with siblings. So there might be some family stuff happening right now with your children. There might be an unexpected surprise that comes from one of them. There might be a new beginning when it comes to your siblings. There's some dissolving energy here too. So as much as this is about communication and the creativity around that communication, there could be some dissolving when it comes to your neighborhood, siblings, and even communication. Maybe the way that you used to present yourself through words and texts and emails, something is dissolving there and starting fresh. And maybe it has to do with knowing that more creativity and joy is the direction you want to go in. Capricorn, this Saturn energy, Saturn's your ruler. So when it comes to giving structure to things, you've got that down. You are already one of the most structured, disciplined signs of the zodiac. So as much as structure is emphasized here and the longevity of whatever is happening because of Saturn's placement, I don't see Saturn being a challenging energy for you. This is more about how can you bring change to that which is already a solid foundation. And that change is about fun and pleasure for you. If something is being severed with Mars's harsh, abrupt, or maybe passionate push forward, this is coming from your sense of worth, your assets. You might be in a place where you're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for your worth, and your communication is reflecting that, but in a way that lands well with others. This eclipse energy is bringing a focus on home and inner world and not caring so much about what everybody else thinks, not caring so much about your public image, but more what matters to you deep on the inside. And the communication is radically transforming around that. It is through words that we protect ourselves. It's through words that we let other people know where we stand, what our limits are, and where we want to go, where we're flexible. So a lot about communication for you, Capricorn, and expressing what matters to you most. This is going to bring you more joy, more pleasure, more fun. Capricorns need that. Go for it. If you're feeling this energy in a way that is escapist and pleasurable, keep the escapism in check, of course. Do what works best for you, but pleasure is certainly of the focus. And I have a feeling that whatever comes up that might feel abrupt or harsh is probably coming from you this time. And you're learning how to put it into the most well-received form in a way that works for everybody involved. Capricorn, let me know how things are going in the comments below. I am curious to hear how this energy plays out for you, and I will see you at eclipse season. Aquarius, so much energy going on with you. This is still jam-packed in your first house, your house of self. Pluto's just made its entry there. Venus and Mars have been touring there. Because Mars is in your first house, this is very passionate, sometimes aggressive energy. This new moon looks like a lot boiling up inside of you. This new moon, however, the moon itself is in your second house. This has to do with your self-worth, your assets, your worth in energetic forms, in material form, and they go hand in hand. You are not a sign that I would say struggles with knowing your worth, but you do have Pisces in the second house. So Aquarius, you have this capacity to really be outside of the box and be different and be okay with that. You don't really care who gets you and who doesn't. You are there for the greater good. You are there for the bigger picture. But something right now is being activated to push that a little further. Your self-worth and your assets sometimes can have a dissipating energy. Maybe you just don't care so much about your material stuff. Maybe you don't care so much about money and what you do with it and how it grows. And this is an energy that shows up where you start to put more energy and focus into that. Everybody's personal chart is going to be different. So no matter what comes up in this video, you might have other indications in your chart that make you quite wealthy, make you quite good with money, and make you even better with your self-worth. But there's still a new level that is activating right now beginning of you expressing your worth in a way that creates more change in your life. This unexpected energy is coming from you. This is your inner world. This is what's inside of you. This is your home life. This could be from the place that you grew up, so the home that you were raised in, if you're not there anymore. Something unexpected could show up there that is frustrating for you, that stirs up anger. And keep in mind that anger creates boundaries. Anywhere where your self-worth isn't contained and serving you is what's showing up right now. So where can you add structure and a container to something that had less structure and maybe therefore was not expressed well to other people? Expression is really activated here. Mercury is moving into a separating sextile from Pluto. This is a closing off transit, yet an easy one. So deep transformation for your communication may have already happened, and this is where you're putting it into practice. Moons recently around communication might have been activated, and again, this is creating this fiery Mars energy inside of you to express what's really going on in your inner world in a way that's healing and in a way that's maybe shocking and surprising to you and other people. So stay tuned. I mean, this is a really big journey for Aquarians, and it's not coming to a close anytime soon with your big Pluto transit. But you are getting, as the energy moves on in this spring, we're getting away from your season. All of the energy that has been going on for you the last couple of months is starting to move on, and you're going to start seeing results and experiences that reflect whatever changes have happened since January. Assets from overseas could even be part of the picture. Maybe some of you have connections to something overseas that is bringing more money in, or you're making purchases that are about art and creativity and bringing some beauty into your life that way. Speaking of beauty, Venus is just finishing its transit in your sign, but soak up those last few degrees of all eyes on you. You are being seen in a very positive light. So this is a nice opportunity to be a bit more sharp if you need to be, because it's going to be received well. And any shakeups that happen, I see for you, Aquarius, being ultimately pleasant ones, ultimately healing, especially for your home life. You have until May, this very blessed energy of Jupiter in your home sector. And as it's finishing its journey up until May, this is where more of the blessings could take place. Maybe something unexpected comes up if you were in the market for real estate. Something unexpected comes up and you have the opportunity to purchase a home or move or some sort of transition that way. And that could be a new beginning for your assets. Maybe a home overseas. If it is, Aquarius, you have Taurus in your fourth house. So home is blessed and beautiful. And there could be a lovely opportunity showing up for you around those topics. So I hope that you're having a wonderful time, Aquarius, and that your birthday season brought all sorts of fun possibilities for the year ahead. This is the first new moon where you might start to see some of that play out. And I will see you next time for the eclipse videos. For you, this is more about communication. I'm going to get into it in those videos. But this is about your higher perspective, your day-to-day mind, and how you get things done, how you communicate. More of that to come. Fated changes when it comes to how you see the world. Excited to talk about it with you next time. Have a wonderful new moon. Pisces, this is your new moon. Happy birthday to you. Happy new beginnings. You are on such a journey of creating structure for yourself. You have this gift of blending with everything in the world and picking up on so much information. But this structure focus that's happening for the next couple of years with Saturn is making this more functional for you. Some Pisces can feel disconnected from the material world and the way things function in this earthly, more dense life, because Pisces is the opposite of that. It is the lack of density. It is ethereal and psychic and connected. But this grounding force that's coming through is helping bring things to life in a way that works well. And this new moon is a beginning for just that to happen. While you bring more structure to how you operate in the world, more function and more appropriate action, it creates more space to connect to the energetic realms even more. When you're grounded and you have a hold 2 feet deep into the earth, it gives you more space to go upward like a plant. Deep roots, big branches. That's what's going on right now, Pisces. And communication is certainly a big piece of this. Something unexpected could come up in your neighborhood, with your siblings, with your communication, with your mind and how it works. With Uranus in your 3rd house, this can feel like electric currents in your brain, in your mind, in your thoughts. Or maybe you are spending more time on an internet project where more work is being done through the internet, through technology, through that type of communication. Whatever unexpected shows up when it comes to these topics, know that Jupiter is protecting you. Jupiter is your planet, and it is here to protect this structure that's in form. It's also probably here to expand the structure that you've been developing over the past year. This new beginning is going to combine all of these things for you and make moving forward with the structure that you've been working with even better. There are some things that could be hidden for you right now and behind the scenes. So there could be an ending with communication or a sibling or a neighbor that you don't see quite yet. Something's happening behind the scenes that could be creating unexpected forms of communication for you. In some cases, this could be what I was talking about with the increase of psychic downloads as you ground more and get more planted in this material, earthly, dense experience. This broadening of psychic energy could come through in psychic communication that you haven't experienced before. It could come out of the blue, catch you off guard, be very surprising, change how you mentally process and mentally deal. If this has more to do with overseas or something hidden, then it could come out over time. Maybe you're more motivated to be away from the world as you figure out this balance of grounding and expanding your psychic connections or your creative connections and your intuitive ability to create, your intuitive ability to take something out of the ether and put it into a beautiful project. Maybe time away from the world is what you're seeking to do and process some of this, and you are motivated to get away from the day-to-day, and maybe short distance travel gives you the opportunity to be more secluded and take that time to yourself that you need. So if you have the opportunity for unexpected short distance trips, take it. Overall, Pisces, this is going to be an energy again where you're going to have a better sense of how this unfolds than I do. But ultimately, with your new moon being the star of the show right now, this is a brand new beginning for you and who you are as a person, potentially your body as well. But really the skills that you move forward in the world with are about to blossom, about to take a whole new shape and form. And I really mean that shape and form is the theme here, Pisces, because lack of form is more what you're used to. With eclipse season, this is about healing potentially about healing psychological trauma. This is with your assets of your own, what you do with your money, what you do with your worth, and other people's resources, how they support you. You're moving away from relying on other people's resources and more on how you manage your own. But this can show up in many different forms. And again, psychological transformation and healing, sudden reversals, that can certainly be a part of it. Pisces, have a wonderful season. All eyes on you. Enjoy, and I will see you next time. Hi, Aries. This is a new moon in your 12th house with a lot of other stuff going on. So 12th house new moon can certainly be about endings and dissolving of something. But the exciting news is that there's an opportunity for unexpected abundance. Yeah. Extra money, extra emphasis on your self-worth, and that being reflected in your material things. This unexpected influx of wealth or abundance or assets or something of a big new purchase could come from your networks and your connections, maybe your friendships, your community, your business networks. It's quick. It's lovely. It has a flavor of beauty and transformation. Yeah, I like this potential a lot for you, Aries. So whatever's dissolving, if that's the case, or maybe this is a new beginning in something that you don't see quite yet. I think that whatever is coming through when it comes to assets and worth, that will probably show up around this time. Maybe whatever's coming in will then create a dissolving of something else that you don't quite see. Maybe a gift is coming in that's unexpected and creates an opportunity for you to go overseas, for you to get away for a little while, take a break, take a holiday, have a lovely vacation. And this vacation would be about getting out of your day-to-day life, getting away from the grind and just enjoying escapism and pleasure and bliss. There's a chance that this could go in the opposite direction and that something could be cut from your possessions or disappear from your possessions. Maybe also connected with friendships and networks, that something gets severed, you lose a piece of financial worth, or maybe it challenges your internal worth at the same time, but it creates space for something new always. I don't see this being Jupiter's in your second house protecting this experience and just overall creating more abundance and worth for you. This is a time where you might be making really big purchases, and that could be part of the dissipating energy. So it is quite mixed. Aries, let me know what's going on in the comments below, and that'll give a better sense of what actually is unfolding for some of you. Communication is in the forefront for you. While things with your networks and friendships are about to start deep, deep transformation, while there is energy that is indicating deep transformation with your community, your networks, the allies, people that support you in this world, your friendships, there is also a big emphasis on communication. You have Mercury entering your sign, and you are going to have the gift of gab. So you use that to your advantage. This is a time where you're going to feel more chatty and expressive. You are also getting activated for past life wounds, not necessarily related to communication, but I think communication is going to be a tool that you use moving forward, as you had this recent Chiron North Node activation in your house, which is about fated transformation when it comes to your past life wounds. That's already happened, and now Mercury comes in to allow that energy to flow through you. So I see this as an experience of something that happened internally, And Mercury allows us to move energy outward, outside of us, express it, move that energy into something that is useful. So Aries, whatever is going on, I love that this is blessed energy and unexpected revolutionary change when it comes to your assets and self-worth. I think this is a wonderful thing to be going through. A new moon in your 12th house can have so many possibilities. This could be the beginning of an end, the end of a beginning, really more. Hopefully some of you are just going on lovely holidays and enjoying a beautiful retreat and potentially more time alone. This is certainly an energy where you might crave time to yourself. Maybe this expression that's going on is more about internal mental contemplation. There's a chance for that. But as it moves through, I think there's going to be a mix of internal contemplation, time alone, seclusion, separating from the rest of the world, and at the same time moving through an energy where you're going to want to express and communicate. Potentially writing. Maybe writing is something that you're doing while you're taking a little bit of time alone. Let me know how you're doing, Aries. We're coming up to your eclipse season where this is all about self and other. You're about to go through some fated changes when it comes to your partnerships, how you operate in partnerships, and how you balance the two. And I look forward to seeing you in the next videos where I'll talk all about that. See you next time. Taurus, how are you doing with all of this Uranus frazzled, unexpected energy that's been going through your sign for quite some time? You're probably getting used to it. This is another opportunity and time where something abrupt can peak. Maybe this abrupt energy is coming from you. Maybe you're getting out of this energy where Taurus is very unflappable. Taurus, you're just steady and well-paced, and it takes a lot to rattle a Taurus. But this Uranus transit that's been going through your sign is shaking things up a little bit. You are protected by Jupiter, and you're still going through this abundance phase. But something to do with your career, reputation, your status in the world, how you are seen by other people. There's some fire in the sky there. And this is either creating radical transformation inside of you or vice versa. You could be the one creating some radical transformation of who you are as a person. And this is showing up in how other people see you. So other people could be seeing you as quite fiery right now. Venus is next to Mars, so this fiery energy of Mars is being supported by a positive Venus. And this Venusian energy could soften any edgy energy that you're putting out there. The new moon, let's just get back to that though, is happening in your 11th house. The new moon is all about your community, your friends, your network. Something brand new is blossoming and blooming or just starting to bud there. This could be a wish come true, a long-held dream, and a long-lasting one. So there's creative energy here, there is dissipating energy here, but this is the long haul. This isn't something that's just going to come and go. Whatever shows up right now is in it for a little while. Your communication could be a little harder to access. So I'm not sure how this is all going to play out for you, of course, but keep that in mind that communication is a bit challenging for you at the moment. And if you're rattled by something, that kind of goes hand in hand, that we're not feeling like we can communicate smoothly if our nervous systems are frazzled or overstimulated, something like that playing out. Ultimately, this has to do with the transformation of work and status and how you're seen in the world that's playing out as Pluto is in that part of your chart for the next 20 years. And because Pluto has just started this journey, this could be a new beginning that launches you forward in whatever Pluto is ultimately trying to transform in that part of your life. But this new moon is a wonderful place to host it in your 11th house. So I hope that friends and community are bringing you not only creative, pleasurable experiences, but things that have lasting potential, value that really matters and has structure to it. And you're going to love that, Taurus, because you are all about structure and stability. And participation of Saturn with this new moon creating that stable energy is going to feel good for whatever's going on with the unstable portion, because that's a little less comfortable for you, Taurus. With eclipses coming up, this is happening in your 12th and 6th house. You are being encouraged to step away from work and day-to-day life, organization, service, the grind, and have a bit more time to rest, have time to retreat. Maybe going overseas and enjoying places far away or by the ocean is part of this picture too. Psychic energy is sometimes covered here, and I'm going to get into all of that with the eclipse videos, so stay tuned for those coming up. But enjoy this new moon, Taurus. It's a beautiful place to host it, and I think that new friends and community could come into your life that really have a story to play out and can be good friends and support moving forward for quite some time. Gemini, this is career, status, public image, your reputation in the world, how others see you, new beginnings, potentially all of these topics, at least definitely one of them. And this is something that is both dreamy, creative, and has lasting potential. Are you in a career where you're creating more structure to that which is creative and dreamy? Maybe that's one possibility. Unexpected stuff can be more intangible for you with this new moon. This could be more about transformation of your perspective, how you view the world, how you see things. Something healing and transformative and unexpected could be happening in a part of your chart that's a little bit more hidden. If you have connection to overseas, foreign places, foreign people, this is all activity that's highlighted alongside career and reputation. So maybe you're traveling unexpectedly overseas. Maybe this travel is both, it could be an escape and a getting away from your day-to-day life, but there's something about it that is creating change in your perspective. This is your way of viewing the world, your higher mind. This also connects to education and teaching. If you are involved in those areas, then maybe you're teaching overseas. You get an unexpected opportunity to do something like that, and that changes your career and your status and how you're seen. You are going to be more chatty, and there's going to be more conversation and mental activity when it comes to your networks and contacts and community and conversations with people who support you and your community and friends. You're also going through some changes in eclipse season there. So I'm going to talk about that with the eclipse videos next month. But as a little preview, you are going to be experiencing fated connections coming into your life that are here to support you, heal past wounds, and really move things forward in your life. This energy for you, Gemini, is happening all at the top of your chart. So this is outward. This is connecting with other people. I think that the way people are starting to see you is forming a solid structure as well that's going to last. With Pisces ruling the top of your chart, I think a lot of Geminis are misunderstood, that the way people see you is a bit confusing to them, that they don't always understand a Gemini. They don't always see where you're coming from. They don't always see how you're operating, but the energy that's playing out right now is it's giving you more form in that way as well. When it comes to form and your visibility and your reputation, this is an important piece, because if you don't have form and structure, it's more unseen. So let me know in the comments below how that's playing out with your career and reputation and status. But this could be a brand new beginning in taking on a new position in the world in some way. And this new position is very likely challenging you to adopt different perspectives. And Gemini, you like this. You love taking on different perspectives. So this is going to be, I think, a fairly fun energy for you. You might even be encouraged to teach more, so that those two things go hand in hand when you're learning and taking on information and blending it, maybe creating structure in a way that you can teach what you see to other people, because you have so much intelligence to share. You have this ability to collect information and data and perspectives from different people in the world, make sense of it. At least I think that's what's happening now, making sense of it and then putting it on display for others. So that's where the extra chattiness with your community and networks could be too. Maybe you have an audience that you're teaching and you're feeling really passionate about your beliefs right now too. So all of this information that you're taking on is really firing you up. And I think that you have a lot to share right now. Whatever is coming up that's unexpected, it's either coming from a faraway place. Maybe it has to do with your subconscious and your psychic connections to the world. Or oceans overseas, potentially something dissolving as well. And if you're taking on a new position in the world and a new status, then sometimes something has to dissolve. That's just part of the story. It makes way for something that's new. So I hope that all of these new moon blessings are treating you really well. Whatever's going on with how you're seen in the world is, the story is going to unfold, and it has the potential to create really lasting, wonderful changes. I will see you at eclipse season, Gemini. Hi, Cancer. This is a new moon in your higher perspectives part of your chart. So something is changing where it comes to how you see the world, and you're taking on new structure to spiritual and intangible concepts. You might even be teaching some of these concepts to others and creating form and structure around something that has lacked understanding and form for some time. So you're stepping in and you're creating a program or an educational system that is going to help people make sense of something nonsensical, perhaps. One possibility. You're being really blessed with your networks and community right now, and even in unexpected ways. You have Mars and Venus traveling in your 8th house, and the 8th house can sometimes bring more challenging situations. This is the house of death and rebirth. This is the house of deep psychological transformation. This is the house where the things that we don't want to look at in society, the things that we don't want to look at as humans, get tucked away and hidden. But also, this is where those things that are tucked away sometimes come up and get shared with another person, and that's what creates ultimate intimacy. There's a lot of fire in this part of your chart. So Cancer, maybe you're creating more intimacy and passion with another person. Maybe there's something abrupt that comes from friends and community that forces you to look at what you want to psychologically transform. This is an energy of sudden reversals that could affect your friendships and community. So maybe some of that is being severed as you expand your networks. Some of those ones that aren't serving you need to go. That's one possibility. And as you make sense of what you value and what really matters to you from a spiritual and higher perspective of your vision for the world, what you stand for, that could also affect your community and networks. The eclipse season is all about career for you. You're heading into a very public part of this chart energy, and there's also amplified communication. You're being maybe seen as more communicative right now, more mental and cerebral. Maybe your audience is pivoting and changing as whatever you're teaching is taking form in a different way and different perspective and different light as well. Overall, a very public energy for you, Cancer, and you are well connected and you love to connect with the people that are closest to you, but general public image, depending on what's going on in your personal chart, is not necessarily your comfort zone. Cancer rules the fourth house, and that's home and family, and that's you. And the 10th house is the opposite energy. That's the energy that is less comfortable for you to step into. So that's a big part of what's being activated right now, but in a way that is maybe changing your perspective and making you feel more comfortable in those situations. If that's the case, I think Saturn is your helper here, where structure and stability makes that a little bit easier. The challenge is that unstable, radical change from Uranus and that psychological transformation that could be happening at the same time. So that could be very quick. Something could just pop when it comes to any psychological resistance you have to being in the public eye. And then moving forward, that allows more space for you to be seen and be comfortable in the roles that you are taking on in the world. Let me know in the comments below, Cancer, and I look forward to seeing you at eclipse season for more surprises and fun, exciting times ahead. See you then. Hi, Leo. This is a brand new beginning in other people's resources. Maybe you're about to get more support from others financially, emotionally, mentally. This could be a payout of some kind. If money is coming to you from other people, this would be an opportunity and a beginning for that to occur. This is also a beginning when it comes to deep psychological transformation. Something more unexpected, abrupt, healing, transformational is coming from your 10th and 7th house right now. And these are the angles in astrology. These are very impactful parts of your chart. You might find that other people are really fired up. You might be getting more frustration and kickback and unexpected energy and twists and turns from other people and somehow connected to your status and reputation. Maybe there's some kickback from others about a new position that you're taking on. If you're stepping into a new role that was unexpected, maybe there are some partners and coworkers that aren't so happy with this role that you're taking on. That's one possibility. Somehow that dynamic is what is creating psychological transformation for you. There's a bit of a mixed energy with tense energy coming from others, and the opportunity when this happens is about more intimacy and more depth in your connections. This could also be something that is encouraging you to broaden your perspectives of the world and take on higher spiritual learning and lessons at this time as a result of some of this chaos, if you want to call it chaos, if that's how it shows up. Again, ultimately, this energy has healing messages all around it, but sometimes that process of healing can mean that there's a bit of a struggle before things settle, before things burst and smooth out and turn into something new and transformational. We don't really tend to transform without something that comes up and forces us to change. As humans, we're designed to seek stability and comfort and strive for those things. It's one of the reasons that discomfort creates change, is because we're striving to make things comfortable and steady. So we get this disruption and then it becomes comfortable and steady once again. That's what I see playing out. And with the eclipse season coming up, this is about your perspective. This is about how you view the world, your spiritual beliefs, and what you stand for. What do you stand for, Leo? This is the question that's coming up right now. And what you stand for could be the very thing that creates friction in your partnerships. This has work partnership all over it for me because of this status changing configuration. There could be an ending to a relationship or a significant partnership at this time, and that is somehow creating psychological healing and transformation at a deeper subconscious level. This is really when significant people come and go in our lives. This is a time where it challenges our psyche. It challenges feelings of grief and the emotions that are often more in the unseen realm of life. Whatever is changing your perspective, you are ready to talk about. You're ready to share the knowledge that you're acquiring and potentially taking on a teaching and leadership role. And maybe that's creating friction in your partnerships too. And it's one of the possibilities. Ultimately, this new moon is about intimacy, deep connection, other people's resources, and support from other people. This can be sudden reversals. This can be a new beginning and something that just changes abruptly for you when it comes to career and partnerships. Lots of possibility, Leo. Lots of stuff going on, and this is all in a more visible part of the chart for you. So this is outward energy, and this is also more in partnership. This is more about how you get along with other people and what the balance of your status and another person's status looks like. Is there friction in the workplace over titles and positions? Maybe that has something to do with the abrupt, unexpected energy that shows up. You are in the beginning of a huge chapter when it comes to relationship transformation. And I see this new moon as a piece of that story. Pluto is here to revolutionize your partnerships for the next 20 years. And right now, this is a taste of intimacy. This is a taste of deep bonding. This can be a soulmate experience. The 8th house is one of the soulmate houses. So let me know, Leo, what's going on in the comments below. And I hope that whatever is going on with your image and your reputation, that it's serving your relationships right now. And even if you don't feel it in the moment, it will play out that way as the story unfolds. And maybe this is, at best as well, an opportunity for financial or emotional support from another person. The eclipses are encouraging you to share your perspective with the world. This is also encouraging you to broaden your perspective, take on some concepts and foreign ideas that are beyond what you're used to working with. And I'm going to talk a lot more about that in the eclipse videos coming up. So stay tuned. But for now, enjoy this creative new moon, enjoy this Pisces energy and all of this forward momentum that is showing up right now when it comes to partnerships and career for you. I'll see you next time. Hi, Virgo. This is a new moon in your partnership sector. So significant partnerships are what this is all about. This could be romantic or business. Something is coming in and changing your perspective on the world. This is higher learning and transformation when it comes to your spiritual beliefs and what you stand for. This could be connected to your work, your day-to-day habits and activities. They're being influenced by something broader than the day-to-day stuff. This is about blending the spiritual and the practical, very much for you. And there might be a significant person coming into your life that's going to help you do that better. This is an opportunity for a partnership that is long-lasting, either romantic or business or otherwise. And it's going to have that flavor of something a bit more spiritual and philosophical. And really, it has the potential to abruptly change your day-to-day habits and life as well. Virgo, you're typically a master of organization, service, and getting things done on a day-to-day basis if you're in your higher octave of Virgo energy. If that has been a struggle for you, this is an opportunity for something to change pretty quickly. And something to do with your perspective changing is what creates really big changes in your day-to-day life and routines. Virgos out there, you could be embarking on complete career transformation. Whether you see that unfolding right now or not, unexpected educational opportunities could come up, and that could be the beginning of what changes the direction of your work and career. And health and healing too. This energy can bring more inflammatory reactions in when it comes to your health. If you've been struggling with that, that's going to move on. And maybe there's something in your perspective that shifts and changes the energy of your body and therefore changes your health. Let me know if any of these things are showing up for you, Virgo. The eclipse season is coming in the financial houses, assets, worth, other people's assets, money from other people. So maybe somehow there's money coming in with the eclipses ahead, and we'll talk more about those in the next videos. But just as a little preview, maybe that is something that is showing up early, showing up now, and giving you the financial support to take things off the ground much faster than you expected when it comes to whatever new work or day-to-day activities are unfolding for you. Even though there's abrupt energy coming from your perspective, you have been in this Jupiter phase of your ninth house with expanding and broadening your education and higher mind for quite some time. So whatever twists and turns show up right now, it might be unexpected energy, but this is something that you've been working towards likely for a while. And I do see this being very protected with Jupiter there too. Overall, Virgo, with this energy, you are motivated. You're driven to work and get things done. So hopefully the Mars in your sixth house is taking on that energy rather than anything inflammatory. But when you're really active in your day-to-day, getting a lot done, sometimes that can create a bit more stress in the system and inflammatory reactions. Ultimately, Virgo, A new moon in your partnership house is lovely energy to have. This could be a new beginning for somebody significant in your life. So this could be just that something big is on the forefront for your partner. But this does have the opportunity to bring in a very significant partnership that I see being very supportive with whatever you're embarking on when it comes to work and your daily activities. I hope that this energy is bringing all the best, Virgo, and I'm excited to talk about eclipses and finances and money and what that looks for you as things move forward. If this has to do with new work and new business, then very likely there's going to be some fated financial changes that swoop in next month. I'll see you then. Hi, Libra. This is a new moon in your 6th house. So for you, this is a new opportunity when it comes to how you run your day. How do you organize your life? How do you maintain healthy habits or unhealthy habits or somewhere in between? This could be work, and this also can reflect health. So any of those topics, there is an opportunity for change and a new beginning. What's more abrupt and unexpected is, well, this has the energy of unexpected pregnancy in it. So there's a possibility there. Beginnings or endings. That could be the reality of that story too. But that's just one tiny layer of potential for some of you out there. Overall, you are motivated to have fun, to share your God-given talents with the world. You are in a state of joy, and either you're in a state of joy and it's going really well, or there's something that has the possibility to sever your joy unexpectedly. If that happens, then there's an opportunity moving forward to create a different type of joy. But something unexpected from the 8th house is likely around this time. And this is death, birth. This is deep psychological transformation. This is everything that is taboo and outside of the norm when it comes to society, and this is the shadow work. This is the side of humanity that we don't want to look at in other people necessarily, or even in ourselves. So Uranus in this house can bring all sorts of unexpected possibility, as well as unexpected financial support from another person. This is other people's resources and how other people's resources support you. Intimacy is also covered here. So you could have intimacy be part of this story. And maybe if dating is something that you're doing right now, then dating and romance can really be fun and unexpected right now. There could be lots of passion and play and maybe lots of dating. Maybe you're just very motivated to date and you're meeting weird people and you're bonding with people in weird and different ways. Now, just keep in mind that this new moon is all about your day-to-day activities. So I'm getting a little carried away with the Mars and Uranus story in your 5th and 8th house because that's a lot of energy, and it's the energy that's going to be felt because it's more intensely aspected at the time of this new moon. The new moon in your 6th house carries the gentle energy. So I think that whatever erratic and crazy might show up when it comes to children, joy, fun, pleasure, hobbies, dating, all of that stuff is ultimately a new beginning in your day-to-day habits, organization, health, how you run your life. How do you add structure to these things, Libra? You're generally a pretty balanced sign, but this is an opportunity to create more structure and organization in those habits in a way that supports you moving forward. Other people are going to be really chatty at this time, so there's a lot of communication happening with partnerships, and this is where the eclipses are happening for you. This is your eclipse season, Libra, so definitely come and join me in the videos next month where I'm going to talk about the eclipse in your sign and your partnership sign. Big faded energy for you, and I can't wait to get into those videos and talk about that. But for today, this is laying a bit of a foundation for how your day-to-day life can improve. And sometimes that brings more space for relationship and transformation of self. We need those things intact sometimes and flowing really nicely to support other new beginnings. Work is covered here too, so new work opportunity for Libras is certainly a possibility. Maybe work opportunity and then bam, eclipse season, you have some significant work partnerships that come in that stick around, that are really faded, bring deep karmic changes and transformation to your life. Big, exciting stuff. No matter which angle I look at it, Libra, no matter how we slice it, this is a really big time for you. And I think you're going to look back on this year as extremely pivotal in your life, even if you don't exactly see where it's going right now. All good things, Libra, inevitably. If things get a little bit shaky in the process, just keep that in mind, that what shakes up, gets disrupted, disappears, creates room for the universe to bring in more of this faded karmic energy on the path that you're headed into, not where you've been. Month is all about letting go of where you've been and moving forward. And I hope that it's treating you well, no matter what it brings your way, Libra. And I'll see you next time. Scorpio, this is a new moon in your 5th house. So this is all about a new beginning when it comes to children, joy, creative projects, letting your true God-given talents shine in this world. There's something unexpected from other people. This could be your significant partnership. This could be work partnership. Something is rattling you when it comes to home and someone significant in your life. There could be more anger and frustration at home, or there could be some quick, unexpected changes and transformation when it comes to your home life. You do have Pluto starting its journey there. With Pluto in the 4th house, this transformation of home is going to be a big journey. It can mean your physical home, and it can mean deep transformation in your internal world and the way that you were raised and how you were formed as a person in your earlier years. But back to this new moon energy, this is creating structure to a creative project, very likely. This is creating more. The structure is an opportunity to create more creativity. This is an opportunity when you add structure to creativity, you have a foundation and a purpose to that creative project. And then you also, that foundation gives you roots to grow more creative leaves and make this tree of creativity even bigger. Maybe it has to do with your children. If you have them, this is just a new moon and a change and transition in their life. As unexpected as Uranus can be in the 7th house, something erratic and radical from your partnerships, you might be craving something more radical in your significant partnerships, or it's coming in from someone else. Ultimately, with that type of energy, it can be disruptive, but Jupiter is blessing your partnership sector right now. So partnerships are expanding, whether that's significant partnerships or you're just having more partnerships come in. This could be multiple work relationships that are supporting your creative projects. Maybe that's the foundation that's allowing more creative flow. You have people that want to work with you and want to collaborate, and maybe in unexpected, quirky ways. That's Uranus is disruptive, but it's also has its creative, edgy side. It's different. It's different than what's been done, and that can have an effect on so many different things when it comes to partnership stuff. But different is the theme. That's what you're craving. That's what you're going for. That's what you might be pushing hard for, this Mars energy in your fourth house. Maybe that's you. Maybe you are internally feeling more passionate and lit up and driven to make things different in your partnerships. Scorpio, you don't necessarily want things to be steady, stable, and stagnant. You want deep, and deep sometimes comes with different. You know, we explore depth when we challenge the norm. That's what I see playing out. Eclipse season for you, a little sneak peek, is work. So day-to-day stuff is going through karmic transformation. This could be health, organization, habits, hobbies. How do you serve the world? How are you of service to other people? That could have some karmic shifts coming up next month, and I'm going to talk a lot more about that in the eclipse videos, so stay tuned for more. For now, enjoy this pleasure. Enjoy the fun that this new moon is bringing out, and enjoy all the creativity and weirdness that's coming along with it. I hope that whatever is frazzled is more in the realm of excitement and fun and unexpected that just makes your creativity bloom even more. Have a wonderful new moon, Scorpio, and I will see you next time. Well, all of this Pisces energy is definitely challenging to put into a concise reading for this new moon, but however this creative, exciting, abrupt change shows up for you, this is a time in the year where all planets are moving direct, and that's going to change as Mercury goes retrograde at the end of the month and for April. This is the new moon to bring forward new projects, new creations, fresh energy. We're a little bit before the astrological new year, which technically starts in Aries season and is going to be amplified with all of these eclipses. But I see this is the new moon transition. This is our spring. This is our new beginning. And the eclipses will be a whole other story that I can't wait to share with you. So thank you so much for watching and joining me here. Have a wonderful Pisces season, and I will see you next time.